These experiences occurred many years ago, and they were all in dreams. There's a chance that not everything I remember is entirely accurate, but this is how I recall them. The last dream in the first story happened when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and now I'm 14. Some parts of these memories are undoubtedly true, but I'm not sure what is accurate and what might be distorted by my memory. Although these are 3 separate experiences, I can't help but feel they are connected in some mysterious way. These dreams began when I was around 6 years old. They were usually short, strange scenes of me waking up in my room, only to be confronted by a gruesome, monstrous creature. The creature's appearance would change at the beginning of each dream. Sometimes it had sharp, menacing features, while other times it was more grotesque and horrifying. It would either scream, roar, or attack me, causing me to wake up in a cold sweat, my heart pounding. As I grew older, the dreams became longer and more detailed. The first significant change I remember is that sometimes the creature would reach me, and I'd wake up with a weird, lingering pain in my chest. Other times I managed to escape, only to wake up before anything else happened. Each month, the dreams grew longer, and the monsters became more horrifying and terrifying, as if they were evolving with my fears. One time, I managed to escape the monster and made it to my basement for safety. From then on, I always found myself running to the basement for refuge. I would hide in the laundry room, and my mom would lock the door with my sister and me inside. However, the door couldn't hold the creature back. I remember vividly seeing bloodied claws tearing through the thick wooden door, and my mom panicking, her eyes wide with fear, sending my sister and me to hide behind a pile of laundry. After we hid, there would be a loud, blood-curdling scream followed by an eerie silence. Sometimes the creature found me, and each time the dream repeated, it seemed to learn and understand how I thought, catching me more often. The gruesome creature sometimes ate my sister in front of me, forcing me to wake up in sheer terror. Other times, it tortured me until it seemed satisfied, and only then would I wake up. These dreams occurred over a 3-year period, happening about once a week, sometimes twice, and occasionally only once a month. The last time I had this dream, everything was the same, except this time, when it came for my sister or me, I decided to stand up to it. I remember its beady red eyes glaring at me and its sinister smile with sharp, bloody teeth. It was about 7 feet tall, with razor-sharp claws and a fat, hulking body covered in matted brown fur. The creature laughed, a sound that remains one of the most sinister things I've ever heard, echoing in my mind to this day. Back then, I had terrible anger issues, and I was ready to explode. I looked it dead in the eyes, and with all the courage I could muster, I yelled at it to go away. Then, I woke up. After that, those dreams never happened again, leaving me both relieved and puzzled. The next strange experience occurred when I was around 10 or 11. One night, I woke up from a normal sleep but didn't feel fully awake. It might have been sleep paralysis, but I'm not sure, as I've never experienced it before. I felt a cold tap on my hand, like an icy finger, and a shiver ran down my spine. Wanting to see what had tapped my finger, I slowly rolled my head over. To my horror, I saw an 8-foot-tall shadow crouched over me, with long, spindly fingers extending towards me. I tried to scream and move, but I couldn't make a sound or budge an inch. I shut my eyes tightly, willing myself to wake up, and eventually, I fell asleep. I don't remember anything after that, but the memory of that shadowy figure still haunts me. The last experience happened when I was 12. It was a night like any other, and I fell asleep as usual. But then my dream started, and it felt different, more real. I think it might have been an out-of-body experience, but I'm not sure. In the dream, I was standing in my room, but I saw myself lying in my bed, sleeping peacefully. Confused, I looked around my room and saw strange, looming shadows creeping along the walls. When I looked back at my body, I saw something lifting me up. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I saw it carry my body over its shoulder, lumbering out of my room and into the living room. I followed it, feeling a mixture of fear and curiosity, and saw it throw my body on the couch. As I moved towards myself, desperate to understand what was happening, I suddenly woke up in the exact spot I had seen in my dream. I have no idea how I got there or what happened during that dream, but these 3 experiences remain some of the scariest things I've ever gone through. I have experienced sleep paralysis at least once or twice a year since I was 13, and one experience stands out from the rest. My sister, mother, and I were all sleeping in one king-size bed on the floor as we were preparing to move out. At that time, I usually went to sleep around 3 a.m. because I enjoyed listening to scary stories. On this particular night, I was listening to a story about children with black eyes. I usually shrugged off such stories, but this one stuck with me. After finishing the story, I went to bed and slowly drifted off to sleep. The room was on the second floor, by the way. I woke up with the feeling that someone was after me. Although the room was pitch black, I could still make out the layout of the house. For some reason, I felt compelled to run down the stairs and out the door, even though I didn't know who or what was chasing me. When I reached the front door, everything outside was pitch black. Normally it was lit, but this time it was dark and I couldn't get out for reasons unknown to me. I screamed and then woke up again, this time in the same bed as before. However, I couldn't move. I could only move my eyes. I looked down towards my feet and saw a girl with no eyes. Her jaw was grotesquely wide open, almost reaching her chest, and she slowly approached me. My body was ice cold as I closed my eyes and began to pray fervently. All I could hear was my teeth chattering. It felt like I was trapped in that position for hours. When I finally woke up again in the same bed and opened my eyes, you might say it was just a bad nightmare. But the strangest part was that my teeth were still shivering. I looked down and thankfully the girl was no longer there. This might not be scary to others, but it was terrifying for me. This was my second experience of what I call sleep paralysis inception, though I'm not sure what it truly was. We eventually moved out of that house. On Christmas morning in 2015, I had another unsettling dream. In this dream, I was in the laundry room of our new house and felt something attacking me. It felt like long, sharp fingernails were pushing through the inner part of my chest. I woke up and could still feel the pain in my chest, and my shirt was sticking to my skin. This isn't my only experience. I have many more stories to tell, but this is it for now.